ravages of time. Now, I was incredibly saddened the other day to see one of my favorite guitar players of all time, and I'm not going to name names. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, and out of immense respect for this guitar player and all that he has done, all the amazing albums that he's played on, all the incredible music he's made, incredible performances the guy's made over his career. I'm not going to name names because, let's face it, we all get old. Man, I watched a clip of this guitar player. He's 76 years old now. And, time has ravaged his guitar playing. His hands are shaking. This is somebody who once had just incredible control. Very tasty player. Just the utmost pinnacle of control and technique and tone. And, he's still out there. He's still very active. He's still, promoting products, very popular products. And, but it just, I hate to see that. I hate to see what time does to a person, what time does to talent, what time does to your ability to play music the way you want to. The brain often is willing, but the body is not. Sometimes the body is willing and the mind is not. And in this case, it's the body that's starting to fail him. And like I said, his hands, you can tell when he's not playing, his hands are shaking. This is something that I've noticed that my mom has. The doctors haven't been able to really provide an answer for it. There is no solution for it. And, my thing is this. Medicine tends to think that they are the answer to everything. And if you just take this magic potion, and if you just do this, and if you just take these handful of pills every morning. We recently had our in-laws stay with us, and, love them to death. But, seeing the pill tray that, they have to take every morning, and here's this pill and here's that pill. I just thought, man, I don't ever want to be like that. I don't think that health comes in a pill. I know I'm not in peak shape. I am not, the size I was when I was, 20 years old. And, but I try each day to get some exercise and try to eat, some healthy food through the day. But, I have my penchants. I have a sweet tooth that every night at the end of the day, I like to have an Italian ice. But man, the ravages of time. And like I said, you may have these issues. You may have your hand that trembles and you can't control. And it's a devastating thing. And, there's nothing they can do for it. There is no prescription out there that can fix old age. There is nothing they can do to extend your time. Yes, if you have a heart attack, they can go in there and dig the clog, out and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just talking about in general. You're still old. Time is aging you. Time is taking away some of your abilities. And I know a lot of people that watch my channel can relate to this immensely. It's something we're all dealing with. It's whether it's just the aches and pains, and I felt those aches and pains on gigs for years. And, I finally had found a supplement that seemed to help, that seemed to take away some of those aches and pains, the day after a gig. But the reality is we're getting old. And there is no way around that, and the beauty of it, there is a beauty in this, is that he's still out there. He's still outperforming. And I'm guarantee there are moments of brilliance and moments of light. And what he is doing now is promoting, a brand. And that brand is very successful, and it's providing value and providing, products that people enjoy. There is beauty in that. There is beauty in that, and there is beauty in the amazing work that he has created over his career. Some of the greatest music of all time. That's why I won't name names. I feel it's disrespect. And I noticed when I saw the last video that I was talking about, I noticed that they tried to kind of cover for him and not show his hands too much, and kind of get in and out with the demonstrations. And but it was like, man, because when I would see videos of this guitar player, online over the years, over the last 14 years that I've been watching YouTube, and I would inevitably click on it, and I would inevitably see some tasty, just the utmost most tasteful playing you could ever hear. One of the all-time greats, and a masterclass in restraint, a masterclass in taste. And, time can take that. Time can change your vibrato. Time can change what you're able to do. And that's just reality. But you don't have to stop. I am comforted greatly by all the amazing players out there that tune into my channel, that listen to what I have to say, and take value in what I'm doing, because this is a very valuable lesson. Could this person probably retire now and just not go and do shows and just stay home? I'm sure they probably could. At this point in their career, I'm sure they probably could do that. But the reality is, man, that's kind of boring. If you're not creating in some way, just like I'm creating here on YouTube, I'm using my creative energy to provide content and talk about, growing older as a musician. It can be challenging, man. It can be challenging. I know there's guys out there right now that face even more challenges than just having shaky hands. I know there are guys that watch my channel that have maybe lost the ability to play in some ways. And man, I know that is a very difficult thing. But I want you to continue on. I want you to continue to create. I want you, whether it's writing a poem or creating a melody in your head. Think about Jason Becker. Jason Becker, for decades now, has been, essentially a vegetable. And his ability to play and his ability to perform, were taken at a very young age. Imagine being at the peak of your career, getting a shot with David Lee Roth, which at the time was the biggest rock gig you could get. It was the pinnacle of being a rock guitar player, was playing with David Lee Roth. And to find out he had Lou Gehrig's disease, at that point in time, and slowly deteriorate. And from what I understand, he was deteriorating in the process of making that record. The last big record that he was able to make. But you know what? He still hasn't given up. He still found ways to create. He still put out albums with other people playing his parts, he found a way inside of his mind to make life worth living. And that is an incredible thing, man. So, while it's disheartening to see our heroes age and to see, know that our time is coming to an end, thinking of somebody, their story like that, and thinking, I just have to keep going. I just have to keep creating. I just have to each day wake up and accomplish one thing. It's a very valuable lesson, and I hope this can help somebody out there. It can be disheartening to see B.B. King, in later years, sitting down, barely able to play, getting the audience to sing, "You Are My Sunshine," but you know what? Think about that moment. Think about B.B. King knowing that he's still out there. He's still performing. Why? People think, why is he still doing it? Why is he still doing it? He's doing it because he loves it. He loves the connection with his fans. He loves getting out there performing. And you know what? Singing "You Are My Sunshine" and getting an audience to sing that children's song, there is great joy in that. There is great joy in sharing music, in creating music, in performing. Some of us, we ended early. Some of us stopped performing, and I'm guilty of that. The last 4 or 5 months now, I haven't played a gig. And I've chosen to create and exist in a different realm and provide value and help people in a different way. So even though I'm not out there, ripping it up and playing the funk tunes and doing all that, and man, I got a text last night from my friend, a sax player in town. And he said, in capital letters, "You are greatly missed." And I thought, man, that's really kind. And I said, bro, thank you very much, And yeah, I miss all of my musicians that I played with in Nashville, even the ones I didn't like playing with. I miss them, man. I miss creating music and playing music and the camaraderie. I've turned my Saturday night or Saturday shows here on YouTube, I've turned those into my green room, just hanging with musicians and cutting it up, man, and having a good time. But then he said, "Dude, you are missed." And I said, "Thank you, bro." And he said, "Just played with the most discourteous, non-listening, overplaying, high-frequency mavka ever. You are missed." And, look, man, I hate that he's having that experience. Now that I'm out of the Nashville game, I hate that he's having that experience. And, I hope maybe the guy that was playing that night, maybe he will see this, or maybe he'll hear about it, and maybe he'll get a wake-up call. Because, man, being inconsiderate of other people on stage, not listening, overplaying, and putting out frequencies that are not enjoyable to people. And I'm sure at some point he must have said something or made a face or something. Man, you do have to be considerate on stage. And look, I'm out. I'm not in the Nashville game anymore. But it was very, very heartening. And, I really enjoyed hearing from my good friend. It told me, "You are missed." And man, you know what? It's little messages like that which will help me keep going on this channel. And if I can help you out there realize that we all just have to keep going, maybe in a different capacity, but we must create. We must strive on. We must live to create another day.